What is going on, folk? My name is NimbleThor, and today in my mobile gaming quest, which is my journey of finding the very best mobile games, we're gonna have a look at Lost in the Dungeon. And as always, we'll end off this video with a bit of mobile gaming news, this time around Riot's upcoming Teamfight Tactics launch on mobile. Now, before we go out and start searching for Lost in the Dungeon on the app stores, I just wanted to point out that there are actually two different games with the same name. So if you want to find the game that we're playing here today, you can find the links in the description down below instead. And at least then you know that you'll find the right game. So, Lost in the Dungeon is a roguelike puzzle RPG with match-3 combat, but then with RPG progression and roguelike turn-based gameplay and death consequences. So what this means is that once we die, we're done for good, and we have to go out and create a new character, which is of course also how we're then starting this video. Now, these classes all have different attributes, which you can see in the bottom of the screen right now, and they can all be unlocked for these orbs that we earn for free through normal gameplay, and we can also buy more of them through in-app purchases if we just want to unlock everything immediately. Now, I'm gonna go with the Swordman here, that's the safe option, but there are 8 classes in total, which I'm looking forward to exploring later on. Next up, we can then spend the same currency that we use to buy these classes with to upgrade our class. We can choose which skills we want to use. I mean, right now we only have 4 skills, but later on we're going to unlock 3 new ones. And then we can choose to buy additional power-ups for the class, which are called artifacts. And all of these things are permanent upgrades, by the way, because of course, since this is a roguelike game, once we die, all progression is lost, except for the skills, the stats, and the artifacts upgrades. So now that we've gotten started on our journey, combat itself is actually pretty straightforward. We have to merge 3 tiles of the same color to attack an opponent, and then opponents each have a color as well, and we have to match the colors of the enemy with the colors of the tiles we use in order to deal damage. So, for example, right now, if we were to use these 3 yellow tiles, we wouldn't actually deal any damage. The tiles would disappear from the map, but as you can see, we didn't deal any damage, and in fact, we took damage instead. So now it's our turn again, and you can see that we both have some blue enemies, and we have some red enemies. Well, 1 red enemy. So I want to go for connecting some blue tiles, and as I do that, you can see the damage counter on top of the tiles. So if we connected these, how many of these 5 tiles, then we would deal 9 in damage. Just keep in mind that enemies have both HP and a shield, and you have to deal more damage than just the HP of the opponent to actually take it out in 1 hit, and we definitely want to attempt to take out the enemy in a single hit, because if we don't, then after our turn is over, the enemies get to attack us, and as more and more enemies stack up, that can become pretty dangerous actually. So now that we've dealt with all the enemies for this round, a shop opens up automatically, and here we can buy new plate armor, we can buy new headpieces, we can buy new weapons, and we can buy new shields. Right now, we only have 124 gold though, so I think I'm just gonna save it up for the next round. We still have a very easy time dealing with these enemies here, and I think we'll be able to one-hit most of the units even this time around. No, actually not. Okay, so we didn't deal enough damage with the green tiles there, so maybe we should actually have bought some sort of weapon upgrade. We're definitely gonna do that after this round is over. But that's basically the core combat system, but it does get a whole lot more convoluted though, and more elaborate as we go on in this game. First of all, for example, and you guys might actually already have noticed this, but sometimes a tile can have a power-up lying on it, such as, for example, this tile right here that I'm tapping right now. It has a gold power-up, and that's going to be activated whenever we destroy those tiles, so that gave us a good chunk of gold right there. Other tiles can have different types of power-ups that can, for example, recover HP, add a shield, or recover our shield, and it can also sometimes destroy more tiles surrounding the tile with the power-up on. So that is all very, very useful, and you definitely want to be mindful of that as you play the game. Enemies can also sometimes poison or otherwise trap certain tiles, which means that we have to untrap them before we can use them, and that's really frustrating when that happens. Right now, we can't actually connect any yellow tiles, or maybe we can actually with this joker of a tile down here. Let's see. Yes, we could indeed, and I think our guy dealt the last damage needed to take out that enemy. So now we're gonna buy a sword upgrade, and we have 795 gold, so we can actually buy the most expensive sword available, which is the Sword of Lion, weapon damage +3, penetration +2, and destroy armor +1. That is awesome. So now we're ready for the next match, and very, very soon we'll actually also start to see enemies that can heal their allies. I think, yes, there we go. That was actually the first one. Perfect timing here. So this is a goblin, and it shuffles blocks every time. Okay, so this is actually not the healer. I thought it was the healer because I saw the staff, but there are also healers, and if you see those sneaky bastards, you definitely want to take them out first before they can heal their allies. And we do fortunately have some control over which enemies are going to get attacked. For example, right now there are 2 green enemies, but if I select the one over here, that's the one we're going to deal damage to if we collect some green tiles. Now, obviously, we can't do that right now because we don't actually have 3 green tiles next to each other. rather. We do have some other colored tiles though, so let's try to use some of those to clear up the border bit. And now what happened is that another type of goblin appeared, and this one, when it appears, blind the block with a double chain. Okay, so this is what I talked about before, where we have to unbind these blocks now, and we do that by connecting them, activating them, and now they only have half a block, which we also have to take out before we can use those tiles as we normally can. Now look at what happened here. We leveled up, so now we can choose to increase the POW +1, which increases basic damage. We can also choose to increase the vitality, dexterity, or luck. Luck is going to give us more gold. That's very beneficial if you want to buy some new stuff. But for now, I'm going to go with some power. We need some more basic damage. And so that's what I'm going to go for the first many rounds in this game. So right now, we're going to try to connect these green dots to see if we can deal enough damage to take out that green goblin. That was enough damage. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go for the yellow tiles, and then we're going to take out the green guy over there at the end. I think we'll be able to do that with just one more hit. Let's connect these tiles. Damage is 23. It only has 5 in armor, so yes, that was an absolute win. And now we're back in the shop again. This time we're going to go for a shield upgrade, I feel like. This one is going to add +9 to armor, cooldown +1, and bonus gold as well. That's pretty awesome. Plus 5% bonus gold, actually. That's a decent amount. But wait, though, there's even more to this game, because we, of course, also have those skills that we selected when we started this game, such as, for example, the field dressing creates free recovery runes. This next one is called Death Blow, and it does so that all attacks this turn take 200% damage. This one, Frenzy here, the last linked block invokes the Thunder Rune. A Thunder Rune is really awesome because it will activate more runes around it. And then this last one here, Skull Split. The enemies who are attacked this turn cannot counterattack. Now that last one is really useful if you know you're gonna make a turn where you will attack lots of enemies at once and there are lots of enemies on the screen and you're about to die. That is the one you wanna go for. Now we do wanna save up these skills, by the way, because they have pretty long cooldowns, but they're very useful when you got to face a boss, such as, for example, the boss that just appeared, this one right here, the Orc. No special ability, but it does deal a lot of damage and it does have a lot of HP, so I definitely want to take out that guy as quickly as we can, and I think we can do that by connecting a few more green tiles. And look at that, we leveled up. Once again, I'm gonna go for more POW. I love how it's called POW. So more basic attack, essentially. What is this one here? This one, when it appears, blind the block with a double chain. All right, so it did the same as the last of those goblins that we saw, so let's see if we can take out that guy, or do we actually want to go for the blue ones first? I feel like we have a decent chance at taking out both of these blue guys pretty quickly, because there are lots of blue tiles on the map, whereas there aren't that many yellow tiles. So I'm gonna continue going here with the blue ones, and these ones even had a power-up on them that recovered our shield. And now we only have that one enemy left, and we're gonna go to the shop again, and this time we are gonna buy... Wait, first, bonus roulette. That's awesome. What are we gonna get? We got 50 of those currencies that we use to buy new artifacts. That's pretty awesome. So that means next time around when we die and we have to start creating a new character, we can buy an awesome new artifact for ourselves. Now look at this. This time we both have enough gold for a plate armor and a new helmet. Do we also have enough for a shield or a sword? We do not, but look at that new sword, the needle sword. That would actually double up our weapon damage from 3 to 6. So I'm really interested in that one. We're gonna buy that one the next time around. Now sometimes we also see, at a pretty rare chance, we see an enemy dropping a chest. And if that happens, we can click that chest and watch an advertisement for some free loot. And that's actually part of how this game monetizes. And if you don't mind watching those advertisements, it will definitely give us a pretty significant boost. But that's basically all you need to know about how this game monetizes, because there are in-app purchases that we can buy to get more orbs, which we use to unlock new characters, as you guys saw. But since we earn these orbs for free as well, there's really no reason to really buy it. So it seems that these incentivized video advertisements is the primary way through which the game monetizes. And that is basically Lost in the Dungeon, an awesome roguelike puzzle game. I quite enjoyed it. What do you guys think about it, though? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think it's a fun alternative to Troll Patrol, and it's also a really great take on the match-3 genre, and I really appreciate, as you guys know, I really appreciate the RPG and the roguelike gameplay elements put in here. It's just a perfect combination of different game genres coming together for an experience that is, thankfully, not very heavily monetized either. In case you haven't tried out Troll Patrol yet, by the way, you will definitely have to go check that out as well. If you like this type of gameplay, you're probably gonna like Troll Patrol a whole lot, and I've left a link in the top right corner of this video right now for my video on Troll Patrol if you're interested. So with that said, I think it's now time for the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that the mobile version of Riot's League of Legends auto chess game called Teamfight Tactics has now entered closed beta on both Android and on iOS in a few countries. So now is the time to go check to see if you live in one of those countries that are fortunate enough to have access. And if not, just like me, you can at least pre-register for the game on both Android and on iOS already. I will, of course, cover Teamfight Tactics as soon as it is out. So if you haven't yet joined the Nimble Nation by subscribing and hitting that notification bell, now is a perfect opportunity to do so. So with that said, I hope that you've just had a great time here today. And until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.